The independent presidential candidate in the December 7 elections, Mr. Jacob Osei Yeboah, has paid a historic visit to the birthplace of the late president, Professor John Evans Atta Mills, at Ekumfi Ansaman in the Central Region. During the visit, Mr. Yeboah said if he is given the nod, he will form an all-inclusive government, which will include traditional leaders. Ekumfi Ansaman is also the hometown of the wife of the yet-to-be-introduced running mate of Mr. Osei Yeboah. Before heading towards the Central Region, the independent presidential candidate, Mr. Jacob Osei Yeboah, made a stopover at the Calvary Charismatic Center (CCC) on the La Paz Road in Accra. Here, the General Overseer of the Church, Evangelist Elvis Bafo, described Mr. Yeboah as a God-fearing and spiritual man who can serve the country selflessly if voted as president.
We as Christians are indeed the salt of the earth, and we must be the salt of this nation, such that if this nation is decaying and is being polarized by partisan politics, it is up to us to stand up as salt and begin to heal that polarization. Life is a gift of God. It becomes more meaningful when you learn how to share.
In the Central Region, Mr. Osei Yeboah was received by the leadership of the Glory Salvation Church at Gomua and Kemu. He and his campaign team asked members of the church and all Ghanaians to avoid politics of insults and confusion, as these will not help the country succeed. The independent presidential candidate then made a historic stop at Ekumfi Ansaman, the birthplace of late President Mills. The only infrastructure in the town is a basic school. This means Ekumfi Ansaman is in dire need of more infrastructure and social amenities. Mr. Jacob Osei Yeboah was welcomed by the Batan of Odumna Ibusia, Nana Kobna Ando, and his elders. Nana Kobna Ando then led him to the chief of Ekumfi Ansaman, Nana Bambil Ansa, and his elders. The wife of the yet-to-be-introduced vice presidential candidate, Nana Enimfua, is the queen mother of Ekumfi Ansaman. Later, a deba was held in honor of the independent presidential candidate. Members of his campaign team took turns to address the gathering.
Yes, sir. Ubewo abem ansa na waye bibi. Sadini obia person pray bibi obetuma be jiman pehinu. O jiman pehinu a na waye bibi. For me, sir. Na wudo woman ho. So we a businessman, me any Mr. Jacob, you a businessman. We a businessman. I say we a bibi and son.
Mr. Jacob Osei Yeboah said he will work with traditional leaders and all intellectuals across board if voted into power.
The person ye bibia edimwa ebeba obi biara oye ankrankra ho. Na ye didi ye say ye wo didie wo nanamrum. Sese Yeboah ma nananom enya sika. Ekromani nyina so be den ebenya sika. Enkunya so benya sika. Amase yesum nyame so so be den ebekoso. Esan se nananom ene asofo nom so obehu a omo no maka omo ho abom ema bribia se politicians ebese basabasa ye ba yekoye bibi na basabasa ye ba pe yese o munkohunu nana munkohunu asofo no mo be den ema sumdie ma. Enso duru amayosam a yese yenye je nananom nya den efrim. So wo anigye ema nananom a obetwama JOY joy na se kire se anigye emroso.
The chief of Ekumfi Ansaman, Nana Bambil Ansa, said they are solidly behind the independent presidential candidate as he is a unifier.
Near Ekumfi Ansaman ye ka che ne se ye tanechi yeso ye de empaibo tanechi. Nana no ye gunsa ye bi begufim. Asofo bompa bompa ya mano. Nkrambofo ya asoro ba ya asoro man. Mayami amanisado ama ye nua Jacob Osei Yeboah. Mo wa ba ye Ghana mampanyin. Wo December 7th. Na Ekumfi Ansaman yen you so ade hun ye da so abem.
Mr. Osei Yeboah and his team donated an undisclosed amount of money towards the building of a community center for Ekumfi Ansaman.